Okay, fellow YouTubers, we're getting ready to make a third batch of prickly pear because I just figured out how to make this record. Anyway, there's my jars, there's my lids, there's my china cap I'll be using later. And this is what prickly pears look like when they're whole. We're going to trim them and put them in the pan, and I'll show you what they look like then. And I should mention that when you find these on the prickly pear cactus, they have some really fine, like hairy thorns on them. So you want to use some heavy gloves and either newspaper or blast them with some water to get the thorns off with. And we're cutting this part off, this very top layer, and I cut this part off here. Now I have started cutting them in half, even though my cookbook says to leave them whole, because I think it makes it easier when it comes time to smash them with the potato smasher. Alright. Okay, as you can see, I finished trimming and cutting the prickly pears in half, and now we start the timer. You have to cook them for an hour before you can do anything else later. Alright, the timer just went off, so we're just using a potato smasher to smash it all up. And then we're going to put it in the china cap. Okay, that's the remains of the prickly pear. As you can see, it's got lots of seeds, which I find the china cap captures most of them, but you can use cheesecloth if you want to. Looks like red jello. Okay, I got my recipe out of a book called Nature's Offerings, bought it in Gonzales, Texas. Got my lemon juice, my ball pectin, and my sugar ready to go. So there's the remains after being strained and crushed. And we're going to put our pectin in first, and then the lemon juice and the sugar. Okay, our jelly's now at what I consider a fast boil, so we're going to put the sugar in now, and the lemon juice. Okay, we now have our lemon juice and our sugar in there, and we're going to bring it to what they call a hard boil. And when it does, then we're going to cook it for 3 to 10 minutes. Alright, later. I do this part by a combination time and temp. I will let it get up to 200 degrees on the candy thermometer, which is what the ball book says. Anyway, between time and temp, and plus how it will hang on your spoon, which it ain't nowhere there yet. Alright, later. Okay, now that it's back to a boil again, we are going to set our timer for at least 5 minutes. And the candy thermometer says 200. Alright, later. Okay, this is how it looks after 5 minutes on the timer. And this is what I look at. Don't know if you can see that or not, but it's hanging pretty good. And I saw Cat's Cradle do this. Pretty well hanging. Let's see if we can do the finger thing somehow. and that's what she does. And it's pretty well staying, so I think it's ready to put in jars. Okay, this is what it looks like after it's been put in jars and the lids are on. Right now it's still a little bit liquidy, but we'll come back later and check it.